Welcome to Veezi, the system designed especially for independent cinemas. This video tutorial will take you through all the steps you need to take to set up Veezi for your free trial. First, click on Getting Started. Next, click on the Pre-Veezi checklist. We recommend you print this out and tick off each step as you go. We need to know who you are for starters, so we ask you to enter the basic general details about your cinema. Fields with a red asterisk are mandatory. Other menus are drop-down. Click on them and highlight the appropriate option. For the rest of the fields, you can choose to fill them in or not, but it's always nice to know who we're dealing with. Don't worry, we won't be hounding you if after your trial you decide that Veezi is not for you. There's no need to fill in your credit card details for the free trial. Click on Save Changes. Next, we need information about your cinemas and the screens available for use in each specific venue. Enter the name, physical address, and phone number of your business. Click on Save Changes. Once you've entered these details, click on Add Screen. Insert your cinema name. Assign each screen a number starting with 1. Total seats are the absolute number of total seats, including standard, house, and wheelchair. Standard seats are normal everyday seats. House seats refers to the small number of seats that the house, your cinema, reserves just in case things go wrong, say a drink spillage or a booking mix-up. How many wheelchair seats you assign will be based on past experience in these matters. If you allocate seating for the screen, check the Request Allocated Seating box. Once ticked, the seat layout diagram control will appear. In order for us to enable allocated seating, we need to know the layout of the seats for the screen. If you have any diagram or file describing the seat layout, please attach it here. If you don't have the information available now, Veezi support will contact you for this information. In summary, the key points to emphasize here are, if you want allocated seating, we need to set it up. Easiest way is for you to give us the image of the seat layout. You can't do allocated seating until after we've translated your image to a map. Click Save Changes. Now that you've entered all the accounts and screen data, we can move on to the next section, Films. Next, we need to load movies into Veezi. There are 3 different ways to do this, but for ease of use, in your initial Veezi setup, we have reduced this to just one option, importing titles from the Veezi master film list. You can add unique titles that aren't on our database at any time, but we'll cover that aspect in another tutorial. Click on the Import Films from the Veezi master list. A pop-up screen comes up with an overview of the process. Click on Close and Continue. Now you're presented with a list of movies to choose from and add to your cinemas. Alternately, you can search for any title via the search facility at the top of the page. Here's a tip. If you click on any of the headings, it changes the order in which the movies appear. Have a little play to familiarize yourself with this option. To add a specific movie title to your trial, just click Add. It will then appear in the Import Items pane on the right-hand side to be added when you're ready to do so. Just click on Import Films to do this. We don't always have every single title listed. However, it is easy enough to create your own title or version. Click on Import Tickets from the Veezi master list. A pop-up screen opens up, giving you an overview of the process, which we will detail next. Click Close and Continue. From the Veezi master ticket list, you can select the specific ticket types most applicable to your cinema. Don't worry if there isn't a ticket that matches exactly the current one you have. It's easy enough to create a new one from scratch. For now, just click Add, and the ticket type moves to the right-hand side, ready to be imported once you've selected all the relevant tickets needed for your operation. If you don't want a ticket to be included, just click on Remove, and the ticket type will return back to the main list. Once you've added all the various tickets, click on Import Tickets, and Veezi will load these items into your database. Next, we need to add the prices to tickets. Click on Add Prices to Tickets, then click Close and Continue. On this screen, you can quickly add the ticket prices in the price box for each ticket. Also, Tick the Include box for those tickets you wish to include on your first price card. Once you've done this, click Save Ticket Prices. At this point in the setup process, we need to introduce you to the concept of price cards. Price cards are dealt with in detail in a separate video. In the meantime, it is important that you understand the difference between a ticket and a price card. A ticket type is a specific type of ticket that you may sell for a show. These are then bundled into a price card to determine the types of tickets that can be sold for a show. You can then create special price cards to charge different prices in different situations. For example, you might make Matinee with low prices to use in morning shows, Super Tuesday to use as part of a weekly promotion, General Admission at standard prices to use at all other times. By creating a specific price card with discounted ticket prices in Veezi, you can factor this into your pricing schedule permanently. This is more convenient than having to chop and change prices constantly. Now that you've got all the tickets and price cards ready, the next step is to load shows into Veezi to sell tickets for. When you click on Set up your first show, you get the introduction pop-up. Click Close and Continue. Here, we are just setting up the first show for your trial, but the process will be the same for all other shows in the future. In the Site field, the name of your cinema automatically appears, assuming that you've entered that info in the first place. From the Film drop-down list, choose your first film to set up to sell. Choose which screen in your cinema the film will be shown on. You can change this later if needed. Select either the specific day or days, or click the All button to make the film available every single day of the week. Enter the first session time this film will be shown. Then you can add further sessions simply by clicking the plus button on the right. And additional shows will load into your planned schedule. Last task is to add the price card associated with this movie. This may or may not depend on your planned show schedule. You can only assign one price card per show. After completing adding your first show, you can then go on and add more titles as needed for your cinema. Next thing on your checklist in the getting started process is food. Selling concessions is a vital aspect of a cinema's operation in today's competitive entertainment market, so we'll go through how to set this up. There are 3 aspects to enabling food or concessions to be sold in your cinema. The first is to select the items you wish to sell. Import items from the Veezi master list opens this pop-up screen, which gives you an overview of the process, as in previous examples. Click Close and Continue to get to the next screen. To add any concession item, just click Add, which will move that selected item to the right-hand pane, ready to be added once you've decided on exactly what items you will sell in your cinema. Note, if the item has a plus to the left of it, if you click on that, it expands to show you all the other related items in that specific grouping. Once you've finished adding all your chosen concession items, then click on the Save Copied Items button, and they will be stored safely in Veezi. The next step is to add prices to your items. As with prior sections like ticket types, films, or shows, the same setup procedure applies here. Once you've clicked Close and Continue, you get taken to the next screen, Getting Started with Pricing. Simply add the price for each item in the box for your site. Once finished, don't forget to click Save Item Prices. The final step in the process is to display your selected items on your point of sale, or POS. For any item to be displayed at POS, you need to give it a button on your concession profile. To do this, click on Display Items on POS. The pop-up screen again explains what you'll be doing next. Click Close and Continue to get to the concession profile screen. To add a new concession item, you first click on an empty gray box. A pop-up screen will rise from the bottom to reveal the various options at your disposal. Clicking on the drop-down box will reveal a full list of concessions available to choose from for your pause button. Click on the concession desired. Alt Title gives you the ability to change the item name on the pause if you don't like the name from the list. Item Images allows you to show a small graphic which depicts the corresponding concession item. Choose the button color that you want to represent that specific concession item on your pause. Typically, most cinemas group similar items together in the same color grouping, which makes it much easier for all pause users to find any item quickly. Having assigned all necessary buttons, as usual, don't forget to click Save Changes before exiting Veezi. When setting up Veezi for the first time, each Pause user needs to have their own username and PIN to log into Pause. Veezi has already generated a user number for you, but you will need to set your own 4-digit PIN. Click on the Set Your PIN link on the Getting Started page and you will come to the Set Your PIN screen. You have two options when it comes to setting a PIN. Veezi can do it for you, automatically generating PIN numbers, or you can choose your own PIN number. You can also come back to this task at a later time and assign or auto-generate specific PIN numbers for each staff. To automatically add a PIN number, click on Generate PIN. A random number will appear. Don't forget to write it down. Click on Save to save this permanently. Otherwise, enter your chosen PIN number and click on Save to complete. An important point to mention here is that you can't run Pause successfully without doing all the previous tasks. Here's the way to get you up and running as quickly as possible with the Pause installation for your cinema. To start, click on the Go and Install Pause button, taking you through to the Set Up Your Pause screen. From here, just follow the steps as per the instructions on this page. That's all there is to it. We don't need to elaborate any further here because it's all on screen in front of you. There will be a separate module devoted entirely to Pause, but for now, just following the above process will get Pause up and running for your Veezi trial. It really is that simple. Congratulations! You have now successfully installed your trial version of Veezi. If there is any area of this Getting Started with Veezi video guide that needs more clarification, please don't hesitate to contact us with any suggestions that will ultimately aid all Veezi trialists in the future. Enjoy using Veezi. From the Veezi team.